Well, the wait is over, the window is half done, and season 4 begins. And there's European football in this episode. So there's that too. What's up, guys? I'm ChasingLamely, and welcome back to Passport to Poland. This is episode number 44, if I've counted right in my head. And, I'm glad to have you along with me for the ride for the beginning of season 4, where we are going to try and at least maintain being in the top 2 of the division, if not win it again, and also try and get somewhere in Europe. If you haven't liked and subscribed already, now's a good time. Just a reminder. So some things have happened since literally 24 hours ago in the game. A lot of players loan bids for them. Some I've answered, some I haven't. I don't think I've answered these yet, have I? I did answer that one. Okay. I don't remember answering it. Maybe my head of youth development did it. Either way, fine. He can go on loan. That's not actually the biggest issue we've got by a long chalk. In terms of other things occurring, nothing has occurred. So that's pretty good. So we get into the first game of the season. It's saying submit team, and it shouldn't be telling me to submit team, which means I've probably done something wrong. Probably. Hiccup starting again. Right. We're playing Gornik in the first game of the season, which obviously is a league game. Our next game is against Zrinjski, who are from Bosnia, in the Euro Cup 2 best placed playoff, thing. Qualifying rounds. We are the favourites, 6-4 favourites. We have a fairly even record against Gornik, though, and Igor Gomez, having just signed his official full-time contract with us, is now injured for about 6 days to 2 weeks. So, good timing, buddy. Nice job. In terms of team selection, you remember in yesterday's episode I said that I'd had trouble with having to register players for the league who were over 22 and having not enough young players to register for the Euro 2 and various things. One thing that didn't register is that also not having enough under 22 players means that things like Piaszek is no longer an under 22 player. He's wanting for transfer at the moment, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So he doesn't qualify as my under 22 in the team anymore. So I was like, okay, well that's fine. I'll use his backup, Makoviak, who apparently now does qualify as under 22, but didn't before, which is throwing an interesting question up in my head because he's not quite there yet. He's not there yet. It's fine. But at least he's an option. So Shish is starting as our under 22 for the time being. We've also got Liss who can come in as well. But I felt like Borges being that attacking midfielder was probably a stronger all-round. Like I felt like we could take the hit on having a central midfielder more than who was not quite ready for first team football, more than we could take a playmaker who was not quite there yet. So that was the thinking there. So our team selection today is Sherpen, Cruz, Puerto, Guay, Piaszek, Vincent, Sis, Longstaff, Borges, Vreit, Sterling, with Devine, Salah, Ragip, Rico, Magoma, Liss, Rossetti, Brown, and Ndoji on the bench. Because that was how it shook out essentially. Let's submit that and we'll see how it goes. Captain for today is the newly crowned Keziah Sterling, who has become captain. Incidentally, Joe Ledley didn't actually retire over the summer, which was curious because I could have sworn he would, but he chose not to, so that's going to be a thing. Also, the big news for Gornik is that this guy, Roberto, who was on loan last year, they've now signed on a permanent deal, and he was pretty good against us last season. They've paid 1.4 million for him, which is an obscene amount to bring a player into this league for. They have clearly found some money from somewhere. Otherwise, largely unchanged from last season, I believe. Although I don't know if we've seen this guy, Marciniak, before. He might be a newbie. That's clearly how they're filling their under-22 slot, by just throwing a guy on the left wing. Good times. Right, let's get into the game and see what we can do here. A lot of these players are not fully match fit, but we'll have to make do with them because that's what we have. Let's go. Let's see what we can do. That would be ideal if we could get... oh, frog in the throat. If we could get a win today to start off the new season with and build some momentum for the game against the Bosnian side in midweek, because I don't know how strong the Bosnian side are, but also I know the side we'd have to play afterwards, the Croatian side, are from a much stronger league. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, Sekulic has picked up the ball for them at right back, and he's whipped it inside to Brian, who had punished us last season, I seem to recall. Marciniak, the under-22 lad, the region, has done a thing, and now Jansa has the ball outside. Marciniak's running through. He might score here. He has scored here. That's awkward. He might actually be a decent little player, you know. If he wasn't a winger, I'd maybe pay attention to him in terms of a potential transfer signing, because he's probably not worth a lot, because young players in Poland are apparently never worth a lot, and Gornik are in theory not as good as us. We're currently predicted to finish second in the league, by the way. That was the pre-season prediction. They actually predicted second this year rather than pretending they did after predicting sixth, and now Marciniak has got himself a free kick and he's going to whip it in, and someone needs to head this clear. Sherpen just tips it onto the bar and Felipe Cruz hacks it clear. And now Keziah Sterling's picked that up. Are we going to build anything from here, or is this going to end the highlight? Might continue. Guay to be... Nah, it's over. It's over. It was over. It was over before it even started. And this is not going well so far. Shish has now picked up the ball. His first touch we've seen him have on camera, I believe. Unless he had one in the last couple of games of the last season, which I don't remember. Longstaff puts the ball out to Felipe Cruz. Felipe Cruz is going to try and make room for a cross, and crosses it right into the left back and then runs away from it, because why not? Now Shish needs to show us some defensive skills. He hasn't, but hopefully that's some two-footed defensive skills there. Finson out to Piaszek, who we know can do some damage from the wing if we let him. Back to Longstaff, Longstaff back to Finson to Shish, Shish forward to Michel Borges to Felipe Cruz, who he did put it home. Could have sworn that was going wide. I was going to say hammered it home, but then the keeper put a touch on it. I was like, oh, maybe that's gone wide. It hasn't. And Michel Borges gets his first assist for the club, I believe, which is a pretty good way to fill the boots left by Ina Bakare. Cruz there just making a little bit of space for himself, gets it through the keeper. Pretty much pure power. The keeper would have turned that aside. I think it would have been hit any less hard. But yeah, that's at least we've got an equaliser. I'm going to encourage the team now, because that always seems to achieve little things after you do that. I said little things. We'll see how things go. Jansa with a corner though. Let's head this clear. We haven't done, and Wisniewski has punished us with his first goal of the season. And things are not looking terribly spectacular, are they? I don't know why I went into that screen. I'm sure there was a logical reason behind it, but I went into that screen for no good reason. We've missed the replay, but now it's time to show some more passion, boys, because that is unacceptable. It's unacceptable for us to give up defensively quite so easily as we have been doing so far. We're currently sitting 14th, as much as it matters in the first game of the season. And I can't have that. I'm not having another season like the season before last, where we qualify for Europe and then inexplicably go into freefall. Because despite our lack of under-22 Polish players, we are on the whole far too good as a squad for this. More passion, please, guys. Let's see what we can achieve. Matthew Longstaff is playing worse than Simon Shish, which is slightly unnerving, because he's the guy we've just, essentially been held to ransom by to bring in, and we thought he'd be better than this. But Finson doesn't do anything with the ball either. And now we're going to get attacked again, because Roberto's picked up the ball and the man that should have been in the holding role was out of position, which is good. Marciniak with a back heel to Brian, because they've reached that stage where they've realised they can mock us. Ball over the top, only as far as Guay, but Guay does nothing with it, and now Roberto's clean through on goal, because nobody wants to tackle in our defence, which is a real problem. I'm very annoyed by the fact that neither Sterling nor Longstaff are performing in any way, shape or form. That's unacceptable, especially now Sterling is the captain. I expect him to be performing at all times. Show some more passion. If we don't get anything from this highlight, then there is going to be changes, as Piaszek looks to get the ball over. He does get over. Akiri Wright gets his head on it, and it's another equaliser. Maybe we give them a few more minutes to see if that improves things for us. It's not been the most convincing start to the season though, and it was really like an early season dip in form last year that cost us the title. There were that little run of games we had in sort of August, September, we just couldn't buy a win, That really, really cost us last year. Um, so we need to be a little bit wary, as Matty Longstaff has come back into the game, but Keziah Sterling has most assuredly not come back into the game, which is not something I need to be happening right now. Also very aware that Piaszczek is tired, so I think we'll take Piaszczek off for Reece Devine, and I think we're going to withdraw Keziah Sterling, and the logical replacement for him actually is Lorenzo Rossetti, who we've not seen yet because he was out on loan last year, I believe. So we'll see if Lorenzo Rossetti has anything to offer as a team. What are we going to get here? See how this goes before we use a shout. Puerto to Sis. Needs to get a ball forward to someone. He just plays it back to Puerto, which may not have been the worst option if he finds someone. Rossetti with a weird header. It's Matty Longstaff. Finson has a pop from range. It's rebounded off the post. Kerry Wright. Strong argument that was a foul. What can we do? Finson looks for Devine. Devine might pick it up here. He does. Now let's see what he's got in his locker. We've got a ball to Michel Borges, to Longstaff. Longstaff to Finson. Finson to Sis. Sis needs to do something. Back to Finson is not the worst choice. Little 1-2s, however, could be the worst choice because they're getting closer and closer and closer. And let's not play it back to a centre half who's currently under pressure. That was stupid. That was a stupid ball. And that's a stupid red card. And a stupid penalty. Earth-shattering levels of stupidity displayed all over the field then. And now I need to make a decision about who is coming off. And will it let me take Shish off if I need to make a sub? It will. Okay, cool. It has completely forgotten about the fact that Shish was the only under-22 Polish player on the field, which is very nice of it. And now we're going to stick Sean Raggett back next to Puerto, and I think that's the first time they've played together in over a year. So all that chemistry they built up will be gone, which I didn't need to see or think about, but we'll see what happens. Let's get creative, why not? What is honestly the worst that could happen at this point? We're probably going to concede another goal. Regardless, Brian picks up the ball edge of the box, smashes it home. That was coming the whole time. The whole time that was coming. Silly, silly red card for Guay. And it's going to be very hard for me to justify him keeping his place in the next game. I think he needs to be dropped so he learns a lesson for the European tie. If I actually have the option of doing so, because I'm not sure I do with the team with the squad that I have registered. So we'll see how that works out for us. We've got a throw in. If we can just steal a draw, I'll be happy after a sending off. That was never going to go anywhere. Never in a million years. And now they're going to attack us again, and we're not going to put any pressure on whatsoever. We're going to have to take advantage of that closing down more. That's a good idea. Let's maybe attempt something. Pretty sure that ball just did a skippy thing, and now Roberto has scored, and this is definitely not the start to the season we needed. Definitely not the start to the season we wanted. And things can only get better from here. We're going to do a showing of passion and see if that actually achieves anything. Good ball through though from Ryszkowski, and Roberto will finish that all day. He's far too good for this league. Having him is practically cheating, and Gornik could be a definite top 3 finisher this year. Not the best performance all round for any of our players, it's got to be said. I don't know how Finson's taken a 7-3. He's responsible for at least one of those goals. Into the dressing room, and we're going to do a very, very aggressive I am far from pleased, or let's do a I expect you in training. Thank you. Good work. Right. Well, that was disappointing. On the plus side, I don't have to play anyone under 22 against Zrinjski Mostar, so we should have our strongest possible 11 out, which is good to see. So, look, let's come back for that in a second. So we're back on this second game of the episode, and the frustrations continue because I can't register my entire team, my entire squad for the European competition. A bunch of them are pitching fits because they're not in the squad, which is incredibly annoying. Just incredibly annoying. Like, you'd think they'd look around and go, there's 75 players here, maybe we can't all play. Well, some of the guys go, oh, I'm better than some of the guys you've picked. No. No, you are not. Anyway, this is the team we've gone for the first game against Zrinjski. Obviously, Igor Gomez will hopefully be back for the second leg. We've gone for Sherpen, Cruz, Belodi, Guay, Piaszek, Vincent, Magoma, Longstaff, Brown, Wright, Sterling, Danilic, Gomez, McEachran, Liss, and Rossetti. Although now I'm looking at this team, I'm thinking maybe the smarter move there is to put Makoviak on the bench instead of Danilic, because we know how fast our fullbacks tire. That should do the job. Let's see if it actually does do the job. Lots of things we haven't tried here. We haven't tried the Longstaff Magoma combination in a while. We haven't tried Izzy Brown starting as an advanced playmaker. The Belodi Guay combination is untested. Any big names in this team? No one I recognise, but if there is someone I'm missing, let me know. Is the answer 5 subs, but as well 5 subs is just archaic at this point. It's sprung a few surprises. I've picked the team that gives us the best chance of winning. Does it improve? No, don't know, because 22 players on the pitch and that. Rather have had him. Of course, Israel Puerto is suspended because last time we played in Europe he got sent off. I'd forgotten that because it was 2 years ago. Right, Kjell Sherpen's lack of fitness. How long can he last? He should last. He's a goalkeeper. They don't do a lot. Let's play. Let's see what we can do. Still getting over this 5 subs thing. Who thought 5 subs was a good idea? Really? Madness. Absolute madness. If you can afford to play in a European competition, you can afford to buy 18 shirts. Get creative. Let's see what's going on. Maybe there's a thing to be achieved here. Doesn't look like it. We're dominating possession for the first 15 minutes. But now they're going to score against us because possession doesn't win you football matches, goals do. No, Felipe Cruz has picked up the ball. He's got an absolute mission down the wing. Has he got any options ahead of him? We can't see. Hopefully he can see. He's just going it alone. Has a pop at goal, and that was utterly wasteful with 2 guys stood there waiting for him to pull the ball back to them. Both of which would have buried that. Cruz whips it in again. Awful corner. Belodi picks it up. Back out to Cruz. First time cross. Nobody there because everyone left the box. Keziah Sterling, the captain, has a chance and kicks it straight at the keeper. If he'd been standing where he was supposed to be standing when that cross came in, he'd have put that away. But apparently we are doing that thing where we just don't perform anymore, which is frustrating. Felipe Cruz with another corner. Keziah Sterling on the back post heads it away, and someone must have had a word and said, listen, Keziah, mate, corner of the 6-yard box, yeah? That's where you need to be. Wasn't even terribly complicated. Ball comes over. He was stood where he needed to be, and he put it away. Strange how that works. But still, it's a 1-0 lead, so we'll take it. We'll take that any way it comes, and we'll do another get creative. Looks like we're just going to go on a beard of a rampant tear now, which would be good as Sterling picks up the ball again and does absolutely nothing with it. Hopefully Piaszek has better luck. He does. Finds Magoma, who's playing for his first time in quite a while, and will be a regular starter this season. Felipe Cruz has another pop. Sterling's going to pick up this spilled ball, but it's just dealt with too easily by the defence. Absolute domination on possession. They've not even had a shot yet, which is perfect. Long may that continue. Let's do another great creative shot as it allows us to, though, because I'd like things to change. I'd also like to see Izzy Brown not getting complacent in a European fixture. Oramus with a free kick. Sherpen tries to punch it clear, doesn't make it. Rustimovic has got an equaliser for them. That's got to be Sherpen. It's got to be Sherpen who takes the blame for that, purely because that was fucking atrocious. Oh, such language. Apologies for the language. I'll try and remember to beep it out when I edit, but I probably will forget. So, sorry. Awkward times. Magoma plays the ball to Brown. Brown back to Magoma. Magoma plays the ball forward again to Brown, and Longstaff finds Piaszek. And Longstaff does a thing, and Akieri Wright gets his way through, and he just rattles the post. Lost track of the number of times we've hit the post recently. Felipe Cruz with a throw into Akieri Wright. Akieri Wright back to Cruz. Cruz should get a cross in somewhere. just plays it to Magoma, who gets the cross in, goes to nobody, but Finson has picked it up, and really that first time ball to Gomez was his best, or to Cruz, sorry, I keep getting Cruz and Gomez mixed up, was his best option. Finson again, Magoma, ball forward to Cruz, back to Magoma, back to Cruz, please, thank you very much, find the cross, does find the cross, Keziah Sterling gets his second of the season, and you know, after the first game we had of the season where he did nothing, this is him sort of repaying the faith I put into him, picking him again. Things should be okay. Magoma to Cruz, back to Magoma. Beautiful, everything we just saw was beautiful. Cruz with the cross, Sterling gets in front of his man, puts it into the goal, and that's all gravy. Let's do a demand of more. Demand more, please. Magoma with an awful tackle. Don't make a dramatic sliding tackle and not win the ball. That's not okay. That's how you get sent off. Piaszek heads it to absolutely nobody, but Finson somehow picks it up because their striker gave up on chasing the ball down, and now Piaszek has it. Back across to Magoma. Magoma can shoot from range, and he does shoot from range. We've seen him do that before. We have seen him do that before, and pulling out all the old magic tricks. That's pretty special. That is pretty special as these things go. Early goal of the season contender there from Magoma. Ball in from Piaszek. He must be 40 yards out. Hammers that home. Beautiful stuff. And suddenly things are starting to look up. Let's drop a praise on them as soon as we can drop a praise on. We can't drop a praise on before half time, I'm sure. That would be too easy. Or would it? Or would it? It's going to let us just. Alright. Into the dressing room with a 3-1 lead. And things are looking okay. The players are ready to walk through walls for me, apparently. Shame they didn't think of that last time. See what happens though, because you know, still solidly 130 minutes to play in this tie. Felipe Cruz picks up the ball, back to Magoma. Magoma to Brown. Izzy Brown needs to make some big moves in this competition. Piaszek picks up the ball to Longstaff. Longstaff back to Piaszek, back to Longstaff, and back to Piaszek, you'd assume, and back to Longstaff. There we go. See, I can call this all day long. Finson to Magoma, out wide to Cruz, good boy, and across maybe? Nope, Magoma instead. He's not really in shooting range, he's a bit too close. He's got himself in trouble, but Felipe Cruz helps him out, and now the cross comes in. Keziah Sterling with his third goal of the game. Hat-trick for the captain, the newly minted captain. And it's not bad. It's not bad. It's a perfect hat-trick apparently. One with his right, one with his left, one with his head. I don't think I've seen a perfect hat-trick on this game before. So there's that. That's a magical thing to happen. You know, a hat-trick is a hat-trick any way it comes, but a hat-trick that is perfect. Golden. And Keziah Sterling repaying that faith that I've put in him for 2 years, well, for a year and a half now, I guess. A year and a half? 2 years? When the hell did we bring him in? Beginning of second season, right? He's been here forever now. Choices to be made. My gut feeling says take off all these guys that aren't interested. And we're 4-1 up, but let's do that. And then I can work out which fullback comes off later. But it looks like a good idea just to take these guys off. Let's put on the guy we mean to put on. McEachran on for Longstaff. And yeah, let's just see if they look a bit more interested than the guys they're replacing, because that would be nice for us. So there is going to have to be a fullback comes off. It's just probably, well, it's probably going to be Piaszek because Makoviak is a left back after all. I'm slightly worried about tiring Felipe Cruz out, but we need Makoviak to do Makoviak things. So he's going to go on. Guay needs to get himself up into the sevens just because he's being embarrassed by his teammates at this point. A big ball forward that has gone all the way to Felipe Cruz, who might build another attack here. Because why not? Finds McEachran, gets his first touch, out to Makoviak for his first touch. Is he going to find the Polish Messi list to make it a complete thing from the bench? He's not. Found Wright, who couldn't put it away. and the ball starts again with Guay for Felipe Cruz. And is there an option for Magoma? There is, but he's got so many men around him that Felipe Cruz needs to just go, and he doesn't go. He gives it away, and now Tomas is on the run through. Masic having a good old go and hits the post. Belodi puts it wide. Okay, 12 minutes to go. Let's do more praise as soon as it'll allow us. Hopefully that will keep them fired up. Belodi heads it clear. There's no one there to pick it up because that will be too easy. But maybe we can try some defending. We didn't try some defending. We're just going to try nothing. And they've got to throw in more praise, please, and don't concede a goal now. It would be ideal. Rostemovic, Sherpan makes a save at point-blank range. And things are still looking just about acceptable at 4-1. We've just yelled some praise anyway, so it better stay looking acceptable. Let's head this clear. Your guess is as good as mine as why that was a highlight. Unless we do something from this throw-in, that was probably not a highlight. Magical. Excellent. We've absolutely done them in this game. It's 5 minutes to go. We just need to do them again in the second leg, which will be very, very exciting for all of us. And who knows? Valdemar Liss has not had a great game again, which is worrying. But we'll get to that when we come to it too. Right, let's continue. And there's no point us doing the post-match anything, is there? I think we should probably just come back for the next episode where we're going to play Leisure and finish off this tie. So yeah, if you've enjoyed that video, guys, smash the like and subscribes down there. Socials are below, and I've been Chasing Lamely. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Have yourselves a good one.